Hello everyone. I'm feeling very goddess-like today. Just wanted to make a video on body hair again, as it has been highly requested. One of my videos, which I've already sort of touched on this topic with body hair, is has been unmonetized because I swore a lot, I think. So YouTube demonetized it because they've changed their rules, which is totally understandable. So I want to talk about how I went from being completely anti-body hair. I thought it was disgusting. I shaved almost every inch of my body. I thought it was something that we just weren't supposed to have because it was very ingrained into my head from a very young age that body hair is gross and that you should immediately remove it, to being the complete opposite of that, which is now I have completely let all of my body hair grow out on my armpits, my mustache. I do have a mustache, legs, basically my entire body. I don't even own a razor or anything like that. So, you know, what happened and what changed? We'll start with, I guess, why I shaved in the first place, which was when I was very young. I was in about grade 6. I was very bullied for having body hair. I always got called mustachely, and even these girls gave me a razor as a gift in front of all of the other kids on the playground with steps on how to shave my mustache. I had armpit hair like pretty early on in the stage, and I remember being at a party and all of the girls being like, let's do stretches, come on, lift your arm up. And then I remember even one of the girls was trying to like pull my arms up for me, and she was like, come on, just do it. But I knew that it was because I had armpit hair, and that was kind of the first, you know, those two moments really stuck out in my mind as being like embarrassing, and really struggled with it. Literally, I wanted all of my body hair removed after that. Like, I was so embarrassed, I was so overwhelmed, I cried, I hated it, and I remember my mom didn't want me to shave. So she ended up using that Nair hair removal stuff, and that was my first experience. We put it on my armpit hair to take it out. I will never forget how much that burned, because that hurt a lot. From that moment on, I was forever embarrassed of body hair, and body hair only really continued to grow on me. I am a very hairy woman. I have hair on my stomach, on my back, basically anywhere that you can grow hair, I grow hair. And I was on this hair removal mission. I shaved everything. Like, I would be like all contorted in the bathroom trying to shave every inch of my body. Camp, I remember trying to shave in the bathroom stalls because there weren't showers at the camp that we went to. There was a lot of embarrassment. I was so embarrassed. That went all the way through high school, because after that, I became sexually active. Once I became sexually active, it was very talked about how women should shave everything. Like, your whole pubic area should be completely clean, because a man isn't gonna want to have sex with you or go down on you if you have hair down there. And that was just what everybody said, and of course I was young and I was very naive, and I went along with what everybody said because that was the only world that I knew. Then it began, you know, that men should shave, and I had even asked my boyfriend at the time if he would shave. And it's funny because I remember, like, when saying it and when wanting him to shave, sorry, my dog's just like in my lap, that I felt guilty asking him, and when he did shave, I remember looking at him and just being like, this isn't right, but apparently this is right. It's just really bizarre, because every time I shaved, I never wanted to do it. Every time I waxed, I never wanted to do it. I dreaded it. I hated it. I didn't feel any more confident after. I didn't feel better about myself. I was always insecure about the dots. Could people see the dots? Could people tell that I had waxed my mustache? Like, people already know that I have that. And then it was like one day, just something changed, and I don't even know what it was, because I had moved away and wasn't on social media a lot. I had deleted my Facebook. I had moved out of the city, and then I moved home, didn't have a cell phone, was a bit of a vagabond, so I wasn't really on the internet a lot. I had never met another woman who had body hair. Moved into this house with artists, and just one day I remember I was with my girlfriend and we were standing in the bathroom and I was getting changed, and I was just like, man, why am I shaving? Like, I don't even want to do this. Like, you know what? Screw it. Like, I'm going to grow out my body hair. And I remember her being kind of like mortified by the thought, oh, why would you do that? You know? And I just thought, I don't know. I just want to like see how it feels. And literally from that day forward, I never ever touched a razor again. I never removed any body hair ever again. At first, it was very embarrassing, like, because I attached body hair to that memory from my childhood of being made fun of and being, you know, the center of attention in a negative way because I had body hair early on in my life. Because of that, it took a lot of self-work for me to really get over that, to really like break through that boundary of fear. I feel like by growing out my body hair and by allowing myself to be the most natural self that I can be, that I've only helped myself immensely, because I have gained so much confidence forcing myself to break through this boundary of Western society's ideals of what women should look like, how women should dress or do their hair or shave their entire bodies. And because of that, you know, I've been able to become the person that I am. And it's actually all been a very spiritual journey for me. It just sort of all spiraled out into this bigger other thing. And I'm so thankful that I did that. And it was hard, don't get me wrong. Like, I was embarrassed to wear shorts or a skirt or a sleeveless shirt for a really long time. And I still sometimes have moments. And I find it's only if I'm in a shopping place. If I'm outside, I'm so comfortable and fine because I feel very one with nature and I feel like I'm channeling Mother Earth. But when I get into like an enclosed space, like a grocery store or something, I can hear someone kind of snickering. I'll have a moment of like, it's just weird. It's just like this moment of like, oh my God, like someone's saying something bad about me. And that's only because it's triggered by past memories of being told that we weren't supposed to have body hair. That moment goes away really fast. And I'll usually respond to things like that. And I'll usually turn around and say things like, oh, I'm so sorry that the human body in its natural form disgusts you. It must be hard to be a human. And usually people don't really know what to say to that. And then I'll just walk on as my normal natural self. What changed inside of me, I'm not really sure. I just literally one day was like, why am I doing this? Am I doing this for myself? I'm not doing this for myself because I don't love when I do this. I know tons of people who love shaving and the way they feel after, and it makes them feel more sexy and it makes them feel, you know, more one with their, you know, self as they would like to portray it to the world. But I never felt that way. I always felt equally as insecure after I shaved as I did before I shaved. And whether you shave or you don't shave is completely up to you. Not saying that everybody in the world should stop shaving, although it would be much better for the environment if we weren't throwing out disposable razors all the time, and if we were able to love ourselves and our natural body. But I understand that we as humans have come a long way from our primal instincts. And yeah, on that note, that is why I don't shave anything, and I haven't for probably almost 7 years now. 7 years I haven't touched any kind of hair removal, and I'll never forget the day that I decided I was going to stop in that bathroom in the House of Artists, and how empowered I felt that I was going to do something that nobody else wanted to do. And now we're in a time that's moving into like a very body hair positive world, which I think is a beautiful thing, because why should we be ashamed of a natural growth that happens on our bodies? This is the way our human bodies are intended to be. So why not? Hey, buddy. Bear's got hair all over his body and he's not embarrassed about it. On that note, I'm going to end this video, and I just want to say thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about body hair, then please leave a comment down below and I would love to answer it for you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a beautiful day.